It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Badger Ales and it's a bottle of their First Call single hop ale. It's been brewed with First Gold, which grows in the low hedgerows, enabling a better quality harvest. So Badger say. Now a little quick story about this before we get it out. I tell you what, let's get it out first and then I'll tell you the little story. Because you are here for the beer after all. There's the bottle cap. 4% ABV, loads of smoke on the opening. Now my first ever beer review was a beer from Badger. It was called England's Gold. Then after a few years they changed it to England's Own, and now I believe they've changed the name again because it seems very familiar. It looks very familiar. To First Call, which is obviously the cockerel cockadoodle doing first thing in the morning to wake the farmer up. So it's gone from First Gold to England's Gold to England's Own, now to First Call. I quite like the name. I think it probably suits my needs a little bit better. What's better than getting up at 5 in the morning and cracking a beer open? Beer in the glass. It's a lovely looking beer. It's a nice copper coloured ale. Nice slow moving carbonation of the middle of the glass. It's a clear beer with a 2-finger slightly off white head. Let's get the aroma. And yeah, the aroma is of a nice English session bitter. Bready, it's malty, it's biscuity, and it's got a lovely lemony lemon mixed with toffee aroma. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. And it's a very decent beer. Loads of toffee, loads of biscuit, loads of freshly baked bread. So it's a big malty beer up front. And then it moves over to a gradual hop bitter finish. Badger really seems to have got their act together. There was a time a few years ago where I became very, very frustrated with them. They put their beer in clear glass. It's back to brown. The beer was slightly it was like drinking a penny coin. You know, if you dropped a few pennies in the beer, it was like drinking a metallic, not very nice beer, you know, like a generic beer. But to be honest, I've always been honest. In my reviews, I think this is a smashing beer. It's really nice. I'm happy that they put their beer back in brown glass. It will never skunk in there. And to be honest, this is a beer at 4% ABV that is packed with flavour. It, as I just mentioned, biscuit, toffee, freshly baked bread. It finished with pardon me, with a nice hoppy, kind of slightly lemony finish. It's nicely balanced, and it's a beer at 4% ABV. If you were to go into a lovely, say you were down in Cornwall or Devon, or maybe Salisbury where I go, where my family, some of my family are from, and you go to a nice old-fashioned English pub, and you sit in a beer garden, maybe next to the river, and you get a pint of this and the sun's shining, you could sit there all afternoon long, supping away. That's a very, very nice beer. And maybe there's a few things that have influenced this change. This much better beer, this much better quality beer. Maybe maybe it's the craft beer industry, the small micros opening up all the time, producing great beer. Perhaps it's made the slightly bigger guys, the regional breweries, sit up and take notice and have to improve their beer. Or it could be that they've maybe had a change of management. They were going down the wrong path with clear glass and not very nice tasting beer. And they've just kind of swapped things up. They've really kind of nailed things down and improved things. I'm sorry if you're watching, Badger. I'm sorry if you're watching and you're thinking we're not doing anything different from what we were doing before. If that's the case, then fine. But I genuinely think, and I have to be honest to my viewers, I really wasn't happy with your beer a few years ago. It was a beer that I would really steer clear from, because of the clear glass, because of that kind of copper penny coin taste. This, on the other hand, this has made me fall back in love with the brewery all over again. Because if you watch my first ever review, I liked the beer. And before that, before my beer reviewing days, I would always buy Badger's Golden Glory. Bottle after bottle of it. I really enjoyed it. Badger are back as far as I'm concerned. They're back. They're producing great beer again. If you were like me, if you stopped drinking their beer, why don't you give them a try again? Certainly give this a try. This is a really nice session beer. It's nicely carbonated. It looks nice in the glass. It's given nice lacing. That lovely bready, biscuity, malty flavour is really nice. And then that kind of finishing of a slightly spicy lemon taste. It really is a good beer. I cannot emphasise enough how well this beer has been put together. It's 4% ABV. It's a beer that you would be able to session all day long, or if you just wanted to have a quick pint before you headed off home after a long day in work, then this is something to consider. Rating then for Badger First Call. This may shock some of you die-hard viewers that have been watching me for years, but my rating for this is going to be very high. It's something which I could see myself drinking pint after pint of. And I ask myself the question these days, when I'm thinking in my mind with the rating, would I buy it again? Would I drink it again? Yes, I would. I'd buy bucket loads of it. It's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.